In the world of theme parks and roller coasters, everyone has their own favorite rides and attractions, but there are definitely more than a few rides that nearly everyone loves and praises. There are also some notorious attractions that have gained a very bad reputation as well, but then there is the middle, the rides that people either don't know about or ignore. In this new series, I will be calling Under the Radar Coasters. I will look at some attractions that I rarely ever hear get talked about that I think deserve more attention. When it comes to Intamin coasters, there are many that people praise, such as Expedition G-Force, Millennium Force, Top Thrill Dragster, Maverick, Tehran, El Toro, Intimidator 305, and so many more. Because of this, there are more than a few Intamin creations that a lot of enthusiasts seem to gloss over. And one of those rides is a newer and promising looking Intamin Blitz coaster in China that has some unique standout features. For today's video, I will be talking about the one and only Steel Dolphin. Steel Dolphin is an Intamin Blitz coaster that opened in November of 2018 at Shanghai Haichang Ocean Park in China, which also opened in 2018. This coaster was originally meant to be a mine train, but Intamin ended up building the Blitz we have today. In terms of stats, Steel Dolphin has a track length of 3,372 feet, a max height of 108 feet, a max speed of 52 miles per hour, and 2 LSM launches. The ride also features a great and unique color scheme with red track and purple supports, which makes Steel Dolphin really stand out. As for the trains, Steel Dolphin features two 16-rider trains, and these trains are also very nice looking, as the front features a mechanical dolphin that actually looks quite menacing, and the waves are a nice touch. For restraints, Steel Dolphin features the same lap bars that can be found on Tehran, which I've heard are some of the best and most comfortable restraints out there. Steel Dolphin also has a really nice setting as it passes by buildings and goes over the water. Steel Dolphin, believe it or not, also has what I would call a themed layout, and while researching this coaster, I came across a comment somewhere saying that Steel Dolphin's layout was made to mimic how a dolphin moves and jumps, and when looking at the POV, I could definitely see this, and so if that's really the case, that they actually made the layout to mimic how a dolphin moves, that's actually really awesome. And the ride also has a shark mouth tunnel that looks really cool and ties in with the ocean theme. As for the park Steel Dolphin is located at, Shanghai Haichang Ocean Park, it only has one other coaster, which is a Zamperla gravity coaster called Family Coaster, and it features the same layout as Howler at Holiday World. Outside of the coasters, there doesn't seem to be too many rides at Ocean Park, but the park has been praised by some for its great theming, atmosphere, and overall experience. The park also has many aquarium exhibits that are not high quality for the animals, according to a few reviews of the park, as visitors have pointed out that some of the enclosures seem too small for the animals living in them, despite how well themed they are. The park's whale shark exhibit apparently doesn't have any whale sharks, which has disappointed some visitors as well. Now that you know about Steel Dolphin's stats, aspects, and the park it's located at, let's dive into the layout. Before I get into Steel Dolphin's layout, I'd like to give a huge thanks to Roller Coaster Dream for allowing me to use their Steel Dolphin POV. Roller Coaster Dream provides the best and latest updates on new parks and attractions in China, and I will have a link to their social media pages in the description so that you can follow them. Now heading into the actual layout, Steel Dolphin begins by taking a small dip out of the station into the ride's first launch that looks quite fun, but it doesn't appear to be that forceful. Riders then head into a top hat that looks to provide some level of airtime before going down a nice looking twisted drop. Following the drop, there is a large drawn out hill that doesn't look like it will provide much airtime, but it seems to mimic a dolphin barely jumping out of the water. After going through this hill, riders will go through some curves into a little hill that may provide some weak airtime before going into this RMC-like outer banked airtime hill that looks to provide some amazing sideways airtime. To me, this element looks like one of the best on the ride, and it also is interesting because I believe that this was the first time we saw Intamin put an RMC-inspired element on one of their coasters, which now is something they seem to be doing with most of their more recent projects. Following the outer banked hill, riders will go through a few more solidly paced and fun looking curves before diving into the mouth of a shark, and I must say that this looks really cool and the shark itself also looks great. Riders will then twist to the right and rise up into Steel Dolphin's second launch, which like the first launch seems more fun than forceful. After that second launch, riders will rise into this twisted hill and drop down into this speed hill that likely has the strongest airtime on the ride. Next, riders will make a turn to the right before twisting to the left and going through another curve, which leads into a straight section with a water effect before going up into a fast-paced turn that leads into the final brake run. Based on the layout, I thought Steel Dolphin looked very fun, well-paced, unique, and showed some promising airtime moments. At the same time, I could tell that this ride was probably not very intense, making Steel Dolphin one of the more tame Intamin Blitzes. After coming to this conclusion, I decided to look into online reviews of the ride, and I could barely find any, but from what I saw, riders described the ride as a family thrill coaster, and it seems to be compared to Cheetah Hunt at Busch Gardens, Tampa in terms of intensity, which is one of the more mild Intamin Blitzes. I still wanted to know more about what Steel Dolphin was like after hardly seeing any reviews online, and I reached out to Coaster Hipster, who has gotten the opportunity to ride Steel Dolphin. He told me that Steel Dolphin didn't have much when it came to positive G's, but he said the ride had solid and very good airtime. When it came to his favorite elements on the ride, Coaster Hipster said his favorite elements were the top hat following the first launch, along with the outer banked hill, and the twisted hill that comes before the water effect, which he described as being surprisingly snappy. The pacing after the second launch was also great according to him. While I love looking at and analyzing POVs, it was great to finally get a real idea of what Steel Dolphin is really like from someone who has ridden it. So huge thanks to Coaster Hipster for allowing me to share his thoughts on the ride, and make sure to subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. As for my final thoughts, as I said earlier, I think this ride looks fun and great in its own way, and I am still intrigued to ride this coaster if the opportunity allows, but I don't believe that Steel Dolphin is a hidden Intamin masterpiece, and I think it is instead a unique, high quality coaster that anyone can enjoy. I would say that Steel Dolphin is under the radar simply because hardly anyone who has ridden it has shared their thoughts of the ride on the internet, and very few foreigners have ridden the coaster itself, and I think there are a few reasons for why this is. One of the reasons is because Steel Dolphin is located in China, which isn't the most accessible country to visit for many foreigners. On top of that, the ride opened in late 2018, making the window to ride it very small for anyone who isn't from China due to travel restrictions from the COVID pandemic. Another reason is likely due to the Chinese government blocking Western social media sites in China, which probably makes it difficult for coaster enthusiasts inside of China to share their thoughts with people outside the country, and this may be why very few reviews of the ride exist. The park that Steel Dolphin is located at, Shanghai Haichang Ocean Park, can also be seen as a reason for why we haven't seen too many reviews of the ride, since it has only one other coaster, and some potential visitors may have been turned off due to the negative reviews relating to their aquarium exhibits. I believe once most people are able to travel again that we will see more reviews and videos of this ride come out, as Shanghai Haichang Ocean Park is in Shanghai, near both Shanghai Disneyland and Happy Valley Shanghai, which are both some of the largest parks in China, and I think enthusiasts will be willing to go out of their way to ride this Intamin Blitz, which should allow for more people to hear about this great looking coaster and for more enthusiasts to ride it. What do you think of Steel Dolphin? Would you want to ride it? And if you have gotten the opportunity to ride it, what did you think of the ride? Let me know in the comments down below, as I love seeing your responses, and especially with a ride like this, if I could see some new thoughts from someone who has ridden Steel Dolphin, that would be absolutely amazing, not only for me, but for the viewers as well. Before I wrap up this video, I wanted to give a shout out to Callie the Coaster Enthusiast and her latest video on Shred the Sewers, as that video inspired me to make this new Under the Radar coaster series. Links to her channel and the video are in the description, and I highly recommend you watch her video if you enjoyed mine. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already for more roller coaster and theme park content. Don't forget to also follow my Instagram at Coaster Hour, check out my coaster quizzes on Sporkle, and join the Coaster Hour Discord with links to all of those being in the description. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time here on Coaster Hour.